people, right? Look, he sold our people down the river, Black, right?
Like, you always been making some good arguments, you know what I'm saying? Again, all I'm
What am I
saying in
missing?
the
What am I
argument, no.
Oh, about the point about the spookism part allowed that? That's what you're talking about?
Right, I'm saying that Farrakhan, now the only disagreement that we're having, I'm saying that he's not doing it deliberate. In his mind, as long as you got a religious mindset,
He can read
stuff
the
like that is not, they ignore that.
Wait, that's Farrakhan.
No. Religious people, period.
Oh,
they
man.
ignore simple logic.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is Islam was ill-equipped, okay, to handle the pressures of Scientology when it came around. It was no governing mechanism in there that stopped people to say, wait a minute, that makes no sense.
Right, but let me
Islam did, like you said, it transferred them from one spooked out idea of religion to a total whiterized spooked out idea based off of the total writings like Dianetics of L. Ron Hubbard, who was a racist on top of that. So you took me from Islam, which murdered and raped African people, right? Hold on. And you ended me back up into Scientology, right, where he was a clear racist.
Okay, but let me
feel
say
me with that.
Well, I'm going to have to disagree with you.
What you disagreeing on? What point you disagreeing on?
No. L. Ron Hubbard. I'm going to tell you, he might have been a racist, but he was a smart racist. Okay. Because remember, he came from the Mormon church. The Mormon church did, see, he figured out before the Mormons did that you know, the Mormons didn't allow Hispanic and black people.
Right.
So he came out with his own version, he tweaked it, and came out with Scientology, allowing black people and Hispanics to come in. So he might have been racist, but he was a smart racist. You know what I'm saying? Because he saw where the money was at.
And L. Ron Hubbard, he supported apartheid in South Africa.
Okay.
Got the documents right here.
Right.
Okay, where he aligned himself with the government.
People are going to argue about, you know, what Farrakhan's done for the community, you know, the Nation of Islam, you know, they brought us Brother Malcolm, brought us Khalid Muhammad, which, you know what I'm saying, but the religion, I agree, the religion is no good, you know what I'm saying, but I mean, like I said, I don't have nothing against Farrakhan as a person. I don't agree with his ideologies, but I do.
Had Malcolm killed.
Well, we don't ever see.
Right? Think about that. Come on, man. No, you trying to say he didn't? He said it himself. He said that he was responsible for creating the environment that killed Malcolm. He said that out of his mouth.
But a heckler can create an atmosphere. Come on. Who? A heckler can create an atmosphere. Like you go to the games. You know what I'm saying?
And somebody fouled.
Right, and that's true.
You know, if you start, you start a riot and everybody run.
Right.
You can go to jail for that.
Right, but it doesn't necessarily mean that there's an actual fire. But we can arrest you for causing and yelling and saying for fire. So Farrakhan created the atmosphere. Right. He never admitted it because he'd be in jail right now.
What about Khalid Muhammad? You're a nationalist. What about Khalid Muhammad?
Well, let me say this.
He threw him out. They threw all the best leaders out of the nation.
They threw him out because
what did he do wrong? What did
Khalid Muhammad and Malcolm X started to see things from a black nationalist point of view. Now, black nationalism and Islam, they don't coincide. It's just like Christianity and black nationalism don't coincide. You know what I'm saying? Because Christianity submits itself to white supremacy. It's just like Hebrew Israelites that submit themselves to the Hebrews and the Jews, and Islam to the Arabs. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It promotes, it's a promoting wing that leads to somebody's nationalism, and it's not black nationalism. And so that's why Brother Khalid was kicked out. That's why Brother Malcolm was kicked out. And so that's why people who are black nationalists would listen to Malcolm X, you know what I'm saying, and agree with Malcolm X, and would agree with Khalid Muhammad, and not agree with Farrakhan, and not agree with Elijah Muhammad, because they see the religiosity of it.
Right. And so L. Ron Hubbard, he supported that. As a matter of fact, right here, in one of the letters he wrote to the then Prime Minister and also the Admiral of the South African Navy, right, he concludes, you asked for strong orgs in South Africa. That's what they call a church, an org, okay? You will get them, and there will be a friendly reciprocity of flow with the government.
Okay.
See, so you talking about now you putting people in an organization with a guy who supported apartheid to make black people separate. You throwing them out their land. You agree? And then later on in 2012, that's supposed to be cool. And so Farrakhan, right, and Toby Muhammad, okay, they both have sold us out. And we know they're now firm members of Scientology. We understand that. They're now deeply rooted in our community, promoting that tomfoolery.
Here's Farrakhan's argument. He states that, you know, we have people who go to the universities, they get their degrees, and their professors are white, so that he doesn't restrict himself when it comes to knowledge, and so he's seeking knowledge. Knowledge is not something that's that he said that I guess one race has a monopoly on. And so what he's saying is that he's seeking knowledge from all areas. So that was his argument. I heard him.
And it exactly was a dumb argument. Okay? We're not saying that knowledge is restricted. What we're saying is if the fundamental reason for you, don't cut me off, Black.
I'm listening.
If the fundamental reason for you turning black people over for Scientology is for them to understand themselves, right? Mm-hmm. Then you would have to take it back to the originators of the thought processes of self, because all African cosmology was based off of man, woman, know thyself. So then why would you take it to Scientology when all he did was, guess what he did, yo? He went back and looked at some black civilizations and copied some information and got you running at comic book characters like Xenu and Theons, Theatons, who come to Earth and incarnate in people's bodies.
Okay, now let's make the connection to the Jesuit church. The Quran says, "Oh, you who believe, do not take the Jews and the Christians for friends. They are friends of each other, and whoever amongst you takes them for a friend, then surely he is one of them. Surely Allah does not guide him." You can clearly see. Look at goddamn Farrakhan sitting there with that lowly ass Jew. Now look over here. This one is very important. Y'all know who he is? That's Fletcher. Flegger, excuse me. Flegger, Jesuit order of the church. He's a Jesuit priest. I told you that the Jesuits created the Nation of Islam. That's what you said, Tyler. Check it out. Let's connect these niggas. Check them out. There you go again, Farrakhan and Fletcher. Now look on this side of the fence. Who's that? Obama, right? And who is this next to him? Obama and Fletcher. You can now I don't even gotta try to convince you that he's part of an Illuminati order, that he's a puppet for the Illuminati. Do I gotta convince you of that? Hell no. Just take a look at it. Now let me go a little further. Who's that? Jesse Jackass. Right? And there go Fletcher again. Now pay close attention over here. Who's that lady right there? That's Michelle Obama. And who is this lady right here? Mother Khadija, right? That's Farrakhan's wife. You can clearly see there's a connection between all of them because they all have the same goddamn paymaster. Look at Farrakhan at the United Nations, right? You know what United Nations stand for? 33. The letter U is 21, and the letter number 14. I mean the number N is 14. So that's 33. That's the New World Order right there. And you can see right here the 666. Who these damn devils he up here begging. Look at this man over here, Chavez, right? So we can clearly see. Why would he be sitting up at the UN? Is he in there talking about Darfur? Is he in there talking about them damn white Arabs over there enslaving Africans? Hell no. He in there begging them. Okay, that's Darfur. He not in there talking about Darfur. Let's go on. Right here. Never again. A new pledge for the Jewish community. The Quran clearly says, whoever takes the Christians and Jews for a friend is an abomination. The Quran say, that ain't my book, that's his book. Look at Farrakhan sitting there, goddamn puppet to these damn Jews. Look at him. There you go again with these goddamn Jews. Take a look. I'm not making this shit up. He's in bed with the Jews. He's not only in bed with the Jews, he's in bed with the government. He's an FBI agent. Now, you see this cup right here? This is called a chalice. They are making a blood oath. Inside the chalice is symbolic wine. Now, pay close attention. Pay close attention. A lot of this shit gonna go over your head. Just go do your research. Now, check this out. What the hell is he doing? He hugging and kissing. He let that goddamn Jew kiss him in his mouth. But he won't forgive Khalid Muhammad? Huh? Huh? 1, 2. He won't forgive Khalid Muhammad, but he'll let a goddamn Jew kiss him in his goddamn mouth. Huh? I didn't make that shit up. I'm just bringing you the
First of all,
facts.
I want to let you know that this is the final call in their paper. And I'm going to zoom in on the crowd so y'all can look and see.
And the issue is October the 26th, 2010.
October 26, 2010. This is a class that Farrakhan is doing, y'all. You see all them crackers in there? They clapping. And let me see. Here goes some of the sisters that's in the nation. Now it's no longer. It is no longer black men and women sit on one side, or the black men sit on one side and the women sit on one side. They all mixed up. Right. The devil is sitting next to our babies now. Right. What's going on with the Scientology? Go into that, break that science down about what is Scientology.
Well, supposedly Scientology was founded by L. Ron Hubbard.
A known racist?
Right, a known racist who actually used to run with certain occultists. You know, he supposedly was friends actually with Aleister Crowley.
Yes.
And we know Aleister Crowley was part of the Golden Dawn / he formed the OTO, which is the Orient Temple of Order, as well as also the AA, which is the Silver Star. Those particular orders was based on sex, sexual energy. Now, that is all gone energy. Scientology, L. Ron Hubbard, he deals with the science of the mind, and he deals with supposedly on treatments in which that can break through certain aspects of the mind. Now, supposedly this is the reason why Mr. Farrakhan is now forming this alliance with Scientology, because he wants his laborers, or better yet, his former ministers, because he no longer go by those terms. But if they don't participate, they will all be excommunicated or ostracized or put out of the Nation of Islam.
I heard that.
Whichever term which we want to use. So he gave them an ultimatum. You either are going to do this or you're going to be put out. And that was the ultimatum. And that was the ultimatum I heard about a month ago.
Yes.
All right. So the science is this. When you read about L. Ron Hubbard, we know about his racist views, how he felt about so-called Negroes. There's so much information on that. You can get online and just read for about a day or two about his racist statements in which that was made. We already know about how they feel about Minister Farrakhan, you know, with his so-called quote-unquote racist statements that the white man is the devil. So the thing is, goes back to what you were saying, the surprise of those who are in this conscious movement is how would two so-called racist quote-unquote groups, societies, get together and form this alliance, you know, all of a sudden it's beyond me. You know what I'm saying? But these are just some of the things in which that's been going on and which that's been talked about. I know that Brother Natural Tahuti, he want to go into this.
Yeah,
absolutely. He got plenty to say.
I told you before when I debated Wesley Muhammad.
That's right.
And now it's starting to surface. Brothers say, well, I lost the debate because I was off the topic.
Right.
My thing was, well, how could I be off the topic if you're not an Orthodox Muslim? Why would I debate you on Orthodox Islam? I said it then, that Farrakhan was being controlled by the Jesuit order of the Catholic Church.
You did say it.
I said that the Illuminati was controlling the Nation of Islam. It has been controlling the Nation of Islam since the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad was here. At that particular time, the Archbishop right in Chicago, where the mansion, the mansion of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and now the mansion of where Farrakhan is at, is in the same neighborhood as the Archbishop of the Jesuit order of the Catholic Church. The Jesuits created the Mafia. They created the Knights of Malta. They created the Ku Klux Klan, the Knights of Columbus, and they are controlling the Nation of Islam. People think that J. Edgar Hoover was trying to destroy the Nation of Islam. False.
J. Edgar Hoover was the sword above Elijah Muhammad's head. Elijah Muhammad